Okay, a last minute decision to go live on my channel here. This was started obviously before, but there's repairs. This is a flame on firewood in a chimney. So there's the reference picture. I'm not going to do a ton tonight. I'm just going to, work on some repairs. This was already done. I had the yellow already in there. And I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. Let's do that. Whoops. YouTube is different than Facebook, so I might have to just leave it there. It's the zoom is like really weird, but at least I could do horizontal mode. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is fire in a little bit of the edge. Okay, so if you look carefully at the edge of the yellow, you'll see that orange there. Now, if I overspray out into the brown, that's going to be fine because then the brown can come back later, all right, and kind of keep a semi, the edge is not like super sharp from a stencil, so it's kind of intermediate, all right. So, and you got repairs here. I had it really looking nice, but I kind of slipped with the airbrush working around my cell phone and ended up spraying brown in here by accident. So we're gonna fix that. So the white is back down on top, and it's not pure white, but the color theory and stuff I'm not teaching on YouTube for free because it's something I will do with Zoom classes or private classes. But just know that these colors are pre-mixed. Okay, touch on simple color theory, but exact color mixtures and stuff I'm not touching on. So who's ever on here? I see two, but I don't know who's there. Maybe you could tell me if the sound is good and possibly share it if you could. Maybe over to the Airbrush TV guide page, if you could. And yeah, make sure the sound's working right. And in the meantime, this is the Createx illustration colors that have transparent, they're transparent in the original form, and then I start mixing them with white and different colors, such as opposites and things like that, to push them into a more realistic match. Okay, so I'm looking for my, okay, so the yellow, for example, here is, right, so we've got probably white. Yeah, I have a list on here, little notes. The yellow, the white, the orange, and the violet. And if you can only imagine adding violet to this, it has to be a toothpick amount, maybe a tip of a brush to just, it's the opposite, right? It's the opposite of yellow. So if you want to gray yellow, you got to be very careful, but it will pull it into a more realistic color, hue, whatever you want to call it. I have another painting here that I brought over. I was going to show that, and I'm looking for, here it is. All right, so like when I do sunset, same thing with the flames, right? It's just blends. So on this sunset painting, which is not finished, but it's pretty far along. Anyway, when you start, I had an edge on here protecting it, probably maybe Frisket, maybe a paper stencil, I don't remember. But when I sprayed the yellow first, okay, over here is a very light yellow. So it wasn't the yellow you see that's more chrome yellow. So I had two yellows, and then I had my orange. The orange is all grayed down, and then you just melt it. You just freehand it over on top of the yellow so that you get that blend, and that's just like fire, right? I mean, the same thing that's going on in here. There's softness. So whether you're doing a sunset or flames or whatever with blending, you're going to get those results. So right now, I have the orange. I think I have the orange in the gun. Let's see. I got a little bit in there. Let's see. I need more. I'm using the Micron CMSB side bottle. And it's the old, the older one, the older model. They have the Takumi now, and it has a higher up color cup that's more level with. It acts like a gravity feed, and then it has the short. They shortened the front end, and from the feedback I see online on different, guys that are using it that are really top of their game, their feedback is great about. This has about the airbrush. This has a soft spring in it from Drew Blair, and the difference of that and this airbrush, the HP Plus, has the same soft spring, and that makes a very soft action. Very pressing down and up is no resistance, and this has the low rider trigger. Okay, so at this point in the game, this is the airbrush I have. Hopefully, one day I could get the Takumi, but in the meantime, my airbrush is really a great airbrush. Both of them are great, especially now that I have the saw spring and the HP Plus. You get spoiled once you get it. Contact Drew Blair, School of Realism, and you can find all kinds of stuff there, including the color theory class, which is excellent. Okay, so um, let me pour a little bit more of this color in here. I have the little mixtures that I made probably a week ago or something. I've been working on this. All right, so air pressure's floating probably around. I have the Mac valve, so I would say the air pressure is probably around 20, maybe a little more. I just turn it down when I want to. So I'm just going to get the edge here a little bit, not go too far in, spraying mostly on the brown background. And I did go a little too far, so I'll show you how the repair can work. It's back and forth, like I said. So we've got a little of this orange up in here. Like I said, go to the edge, spray very little of the, separating that there a little bit. So I want it to be a little more intense, so I'll hit it now, right, one more time, mostly in the brown. Okay, so I have my orange on the edge. Like I said, I'm aiming into the brown on purpose. That comes out pretty far. This is very subtle. So we'll just, one more time here. Okay, hit over there, and that's good because it's over there too. All right, so let's put the white color back in. So the repair color is just that. It's your eraser. You're working with opaque paints, and even with the transparency, if you need to, make a correction, say spraying something over a light color over a dark color, and you get a color shift, and you need to know how to fix that. Okay, so I'm going to put the correction color back in the gun. What I do is on the side, I probably can't show this. I'm going to try though. I have those little white drawers you keep for, just stacked 3 high. And this is all of the mixtures for that painting. So by having that, and I put the painting in the, any kind of copies and stencils and things like that, I keep it in that drawer. So like it will all be there instead of all over. Like you heard a little cup go flying, the lid's on it. But this stuff is just in one drawer then, and I can just pull the drawer out and work on one of at least 3 different paintings that I might have going. And if I need to do more, then I would get another stack of the 3 high. I got them at Walmart here in the States. And well, actually, my son gave me a number of them when he was closing his school and moving it to another state. But so I ended up with all kinds of bins, the white bins. So anyway, I used to just leave them out on the tray, and boy, oh boy, would I have a mess on my hands because they go flying. They're very light, right? And we're working with an airbrush, so you can you can send them flying. And so what I'm doing is I'm just getting the airbrush to be a little bit clean here. Not cleaning it major. I'm just getting the yellow out of it and spraying down in the drawer below to just get rid of some of that and to see what color it is. So when I spray it into the cleaning station that Awada makes, I'm not going to, see how much paint's still in there. Like, is it still got yellow coming out? But this is great with the filter, and it allows you to keep the in between when you're spraying different colors and you're testing colors and you're checking out, getting the airbrush going from one color to another. Then you have nothing in the air. You're not choking on the fumes. Okay. So I'm going to come in here, back up in here, real careful. Shut the drawer below. And I'm just going to, like I said, it was a back and forth thing. I pushed the orange a little too far that way. And I want that fuzzy edge. I don't want it to be a stencil. This is yellow in here, so we'll just work it again, a little lower air pressure. Just kind of freehanding it with my eye, looking at the edge, and getting that ready to receive the yellow again. This got a little bit dirty in here, so here's a good example. I'm going to spray this yellow over again. I'm going to just come up like that and put the yellow back in. You cannot put the yellow back in on pure white. You need to understand that much. There's a thing called color shift, and that's why I recommended that you get the very thing that I did and get the color theory from Drew Blair. Even if I teach privately, that's where I can teach it, but I'm not going to be teaching it for free. But the thing is, you can still, I don't have a problem with you, guys getting his color theory class. I would love to have a student that already was up on that, but, or be Drew's student and go down to his school. You will not regret it. But anyway, that's Drew Blair, D-R-U, and then Blair, B-L-A-I-R. Okay, South Carolina. And he has 3 locations. He has 3 different schools. At least at the last time I checked with him. So, okay, we got that going. And now I see a little bit on here that this, right in here, lower air pressure, probably down to about maybe even 15. And I'm just going to try to walk this yellow up here. Just like stay locked and loaded in the position and get this to just kind of, and at that point, the airbrush is empty. Going less is going to give you, don't overshoot, don't do things like that. Well, I have my paint pants on, so that's what they're there for. I just painted them white. All right. So I'm just cleaning up in here a little bit more. Trying to keep those shapes. Okay. Everything is soft with the flames. So right now the flames look like, well, what are you doing? It's like what I'm doing is I'm repairing them. I thought it would be a good lesson, and I've showed it in my other videos too, but for anybody that doesn't go back onto the web on my Facebook channel, my YouTube channel, and they don't look at to see what other videos, there's a lot of videos, but when you pinpoint one right here, like they might just watch this and go forward. They might not watch older ones, or maybe it won't go back too far on the channel. But they're there waiting for you guys to look at any time, right? These live ones I'm doing more and more live feeds on my channel here. All right, I think from what I'm looking at, sitting back in my chair, I've got it all ready to receive the yellow. So what happens? Toby, how you doing? Hey, I hope you're doing well. JC, hope you're doing well. Okay, so Other people are going to see this. Obviously, the live feed was just a last minute decision. Probably at about 4:30, I made my mind up. I had it on my mind, but I made my mind up definitely to say, you know what, I'm going to be painting this. I know the painting started, and I know the YouTube people are going to see this already started. But at the same time, it's in a good position right now to where it can give them information, everybody, you guys, information, and see it at your leisure when it's not live. But getting back to what I was saying about the white, and a lot of the guys know that there's a blue shift. There's a blue, it shifts to blue. And when you put color over pure white, you're going to get that phenomenon happening and it's going to ruin your color. That's why I call it my eraser. I don't have to go down to the white of the board like I did here. I went to the white of the board here. It looks like a bird, right? And the reason why is it started getting really, I ruined the shape of it, what it really looked like, and now it's closer to the original shape. So I'm not working on this right now, but it's going to be all soft like this. So there you have it. You can go from that to this, and this isn't fixed yet. The yellow's going in now, and then you can see the orange and the fuzziness on the edge. But that's where I'll be very careful and spray outward, creating a sharper, dark edge, and also the flame that I took out, which is right here. It's kind of like shooting up in the background, subtlety, right? Or little subtle things. There's a little light one there. And of course, that one's pretty pronounced. This one's like in your face, right? But that's a little guy right there, right? So I put it in the wrong spot originally. So I buried it under the brown. Not enough. I got to knock it back a little more. But I'm going to put it where it really is supposed to be. If you just go like this, you can put a dot there. Just make a little dot. We did this in the sign painting business a lot. Markings, working on boats, working on signs. You just have a registration mark. And okay, so at this point, you can see the softness of the edges. And now I'm going to, oh boy, I did this the other day too. Okay, so what I just did here was I didn't dry the paint, okay? This is happening to me more and more lately, and it's starting to aggravate me. I'm just getting ahead of myself, but let's see, a mistake happens. If you're in the studio or a classroom with a teacher, they're gonna make mistakes right in front of you. And the nice thing about making mistakes, like my wife and I were talking about the other day, is the student can learn more from that than just seeing somebody just paint a simple, perfect little flame that doesn't lend itself to any kind of, like, you just think that the guy is doing a perfect, never makes mistakes, that kind of thing. But go back to the white again. So let me get that back into the cup. This time I'll dry it. Okay. I need more white. Colors go quick around here. Mixing it off to the side, little paintbrush. I'm using distilled water too, in the mixture, just to move it a little bit. You could tell, after a while, you could just tell it's too watery, it's too thick. It's not a question of, it's a feel and it's an experience. At least from sitting here alone by myself doing this, it's like, now that seems a little watery. I'm going to put another, sometimes too, when you don't agitate the paint, you're going to get not the full strength of the paint, right? So let's see what we got here. It's pretty liquidy, but okay. So I damaged it right here in front of you guys. I am going to try to pull in with the zoom. So even though you saw the repairs that were already done, the white areas that were, already done. I can't get the airbrush back in the opening here. I got two handles, and the drawer was fighting it. Two holders there. The one holder that has the two sides to it. Okay, so I've got this back in here, and put that back there. This is my test page up here that allowed me to just see where I was at with the colors. Okay. So now, by zooming in a little bit, you're going to see me fixing actually the damaged area. Okay, so let's zoom in. And I would love to have seen this, say, there we go, a little bit like there. Okay, so there's the damage. My finger went to, I don't know why I was doing that, but I touched it and it exposed the yellow that was underneath that orange. Okay, and it ripped it open, right? And it's damaged. I mean, that yellow is under that orange. It's waiting for that darker orange to come on top, the more saturated orange. But when I hit it with the wet finger, it had a the water just broke it open, the little distilled water or whatever that was in there, and the paint itself just ate right into it. So, and I got to work on the edge a little bit more too. So let's just, I've got to take away a little, obviously, but think of it as an eraser, like, oh, I can fix that. I don't have to sand that down, or I don't have to, because remember, if you start spraying over that yellow, that color there, that yellow that popped back out, it's going to be a nightmare if you don't knock it back. So right now I'll do half of it, leave a little bit out there. Okay, so it's starting to go away because the white's opaque, right? I love that I already have that area finished, but I have to cut in and make a wider pass with this white. And up here, I got to just go over it and over it and over it. Kind of like I said, lock and load, Now it's fixed, just about. And down here, I can just kind of melt and blend, even come into this yellow area here, and just make sure it's really smooth and gone. So I made that nice wide area over here skinny, but that's two colors now. I will be bringing in the orange again and the yellow. And one more time here on the edge of this, right there. All right, so now obviously it needs the orange again. I'll be more careful this time. Oh yeah, guys, I didn't do it right in front of you. I'll double air dry it. Okay, I'm air drying it. Okay. So you can move forward with the painting. You don't have to worry about sanding it down to the board. This is clay board, by the way, which is the 3/16 wide with masonite on the back, masonite board. It's very nice. I like the strong, this has a border with white, the artist tape. And yeah, so let me grab the correct airbrush. Let's see if I got orange in this one. Yep. So I'm going back and forth between the HP Plus. I already did this as I started the video. I already walked this orange up here. Spraying in the brown mostly. That's good. Yeah, it gets wider here, so I can just kind of send it up that way a little bit. Okay. And a little more intensity right here. Okay. All right. So back to the micron. And we're going to, yeah, if anybody has any comments or anything, anybody here, if anybody's here that's, not subscribed to the channel, you'll get notifications. And by subscribing and even hitting, you hit the subscription, the little bell for notifications, right? So that'll say, oh, I uploaded a new video. And it will tell you on a Thursday or whatever day I upload it. Or it will say, I'm going live, it'll keep you in the loop. And it will also, if you like the video, by liking, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to do nothing. But if you do like the video, not just for me to see that you liked it, but by liking it, from what I hear from the other channels and people that have really big channels, it helps it get seen more. It sends the algorithms out better. Comments, like if you have a question or if you have, you know, any kind of question or comment that you would say about the video, then hopefully not a negative one, meaning if you do have something to say that's, say, not negative, but maybe you are saying, I don't see how you do this, or I think you did that part wrong or whatever. That's fine as long as it's done nicely and not, because if it's nasty, I would just delete it and maybe block the person, because it's not necessary to be the way social media is today, right? It's not necessary to be so mean, especially when somebody right now, this is a free video. It's free information. And if you already know this stuff and you think, well, I don't have to watch this, that's good. Then you don't have to watch it, right? That means you already are knowledgeable and you're like just peeking at it or something. That's fine. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. So I have my HP Plus, and I'm going to now back the airbrush out. I'm not the airbrush, the video. Okay, I see how I can read the comments. Sorry, guys. Been a long time. I have to actually touch the screen, and they appear for a little bit, and then they disappear. So somebody said hi to Michael. Who's here, Michael? Let me see. How did I do that? Now, why isn't that happening again? Oh, I got to touch the comments bar. Live chat. All messages are visible. Right. Live chat. Right. There they are. Okay. So, Michael McClung. How you doing, buddy? Okay. So I'll be doing the Tuesday live video, on Tuesday night with this, because there's a lot of work. So, and that will be on my Facebook channel. But in the meantime, I can bounce back and forth with some of these videos, so it gives people on both the YouTube channel and this is the yellow now, and the Facebook. Okay, so that's sprayed lightly. It's not. It's like a more of a lemony yellow right now, and I'm looking at this and I'm missing something here. Let's see. Oh, that's it there. Okay, so this shoots up more, so let's find that again. I'll just lightly spray it right now. Now that's more 100%-y, It's all right if a little of the yellow goes in the orange area here, if you can see that, because we have, it can be underneath the orange. It'll work from light to dark, right? Okay, so now it looks all fuzzy because I sprayed into the brown, but this is the process that I'm using. So now we've got this flame right here. So I'm going to come around the bottom of this flame right there, put this yellow in and go up. All right, so there is a lighter yellow in the center, and this yellow is more intense. So let's see, I'm going to aim that way. So I got to just kind of go. The orange will separate the two. And here we go. We're going to go right up into here now. But if you notice the matching colors, that's what I'm working on, making them pre-mixed, before the video. Because like I said, the video is not about color theory, but hopefully if you see a good match and you like it, you could say, wow, I want to learn that. I say right now, because I'm not teaching, like on Zoom or anything yet, maybe in the fall, I'll be now announcing it through my Instagram and my Facebook page and on YouTube. Then you could say, all right, well, I want to, have Zoom lessons with Bill or whatever. And that would be nice. But right now, like I said, it's Drew Blair and it's School of Realism. You can get all this information. You will not regret it. So I kind of hurt that end, right? I took away some of that wider area. So now I have to make sure my yellow's all in. I think I have a little yellow I have to go around in here at the bottom. And come up here a little bit, kill that white. Just little things I can see, maybe you guys can't see. Now it's waiting for the orange. And like I said, I have two oranges. I have a very light orange. I just want to explain that this orange here is not this orange being sprayed lighter. This is too saturated. It's still a grayed down orange, meaning it's, not it's not the edge of the color wheel, but it's pretty close to the edge. But it still has opposites in it, you know. Um, and then this is another orange because so it's first. I put this one in first and that on top of it. Okay, so let me get that orange. And what I did, because of having like 15, 16 colors, there's a lot of mixtures, as you saw in that bin in the beginning. Those mixtures are, gosh, there's so many. You would think, well, how could there be so many yellows, or how could there be? Because that's the way color is. All right, so I numbered them, so I could say number 3, and then I have a photo off to the side that has a little piece of paper saying, oh, number 3 is right here. Number 4 would be there, okay? And so they're in their lids. They have their little notes on them. So here's number 3. I have my notes. So if I run out, if I ran out of this, the style that I'm using, we got the orange, white, make more of number 3. Yeah, I did. That was my little note saying to make more of it. There's no spray on this one because this was empty. And so the test piece is not there like this one. Okay. That's my test. So anyway, I know it's the color though because I made it only about an hour ago. Not a lot, not a lot. Oh, wait. My note said make number 3, and I didn't. I forgot to make number 3. There's a little in there, and hopefully it will be just enough to not have to try. I don't want to mix these during a feed because it takes too many tries to get it to where I want. So I'm not going to do that. There it is. I got plenty. It's only a little bit in the cup, right? But it's in the throat of the airbrush, as I call it, and it's the base of there, just a little bit. But I don't need a lot of this. I just need to bring that back. Turn that down, back valve. And now I will just kind of come back in here and bring that back over. It's kind of a straight line here, so I'll freehand it in. And it kind of does a pizza shape right there. And if it's the right mixture, you can't really go wrong because you could spray it all day long and it's going to be the right color because it's opaque. Transparence will not do that. Transparence will get darker and darker, right? Okay, that's kind of a hard edge, but I can fuzz it out with a little freehand work here. Oh, that's the darker orange there. Okay, so is that shape good? I'm going to go around this one time in the outer shape. I'm going to come under here with this lighter color, and I'm going to just put it at the base. And one more time, I'm going to shape this. It goes up to here. It doesn't go as high as that, so it ends right there. And it gets skinnier, so I can go one more time. And yeah, I think I'll just dust in a little right there. It can't ruin it. See, I'm going to air dry it. It looked like it was becoming another color, but it wasn't. It was just, I needed to dry it. This shape out here too. There, that's good. So now I've got the same kind of thing waiting, right? One more time because of overspray. Let me just, see, that's a light color over dark. That'll go, I'll give you an example. This will go ugly, right? I mean, that yellow looks like it's dead, So, yeah, I mean, it's just, you don't want to spray these colors onto a dark color. It'll be ruined. Okay, so I could put this yellow up here too, even though the orange is there. As long as I'm going from light to dark. And one more pass up here. And one more pass of this yellow. breaking down into that area. Did it again, guys. I'm going to stop using two guns to paint. I don't mind using one gun to mix, but what I just did, again, I stretched that up and I thought I had the yellow in there. So I did that on Facebook too. Bear with me. I will get through this. Okay, so here we go. Where is my color? Yeah, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta test my color on the side and know what's in my gun and not do this each time. So I have more work cut out for myself. So this, but you know, while I'm looking at it though, this yellow does go up. This yellow streak shoots up and cuts into that orange a little bit. So let me do that anyway. My mistake kind of was, I guess, meant to be because it does that. See, I didn't have that anyway. It's still orangey looking, so I'd have to do it a little twice or three times. Okay, so now I brought the pizza shape up too high, so I'll just take it with the white. Doing it again, right? Not doing the mistake again. I'm just painting this area again. Okay, so as far as this piece coming in here, there we go. Now that's not fixed. I need the yellow, right? But the thing is, this feather stroke here, that's working. Separating the two. One more coat there for good times. Okay. Okay, so let's take the yellow now again. This time I'm going to use the yellow and move on from this area because it's starting to drive me crazy. Testing the color. I know I have yellow in the gun. And here we go. One more time. I know my orange got a little fuzzed out there, but it can be painted on the edge still, even with the yellow there. There. I have to make sure I'm looking at it too, because from back, pull back and peek at it and see how it's doing. Bit orange here that doesn't live there. Let's see if I can fix it with this. Yeah, I can. That's cool. So it's almost acting like it's fixing that by just having the white that's in the very pale yellow. So that worked out good. Okay. So that's all. That flame is ready to go. And as I go further now on these very dark lines, I lost some of the image of, well, where is this? I'll show you what that's doing. These are like almost ghosty flames, right? Because you start to lose your way. Well, how far out does this flame, even though you have a light drawing down? So I made it darker on purpose because I lost my way a little bit and I made sure that's in the correct spot. That's the flame that's coming up and then it's hopping over. It's disappearing right here. There's a gap. If you look, use the pencil. There's a gap right here that's not touching. It's cool. That's what a flame would do. It's so light there, you can hardly see it. And then it reappears, and then it intertangles into that little rhythm of flames there. So that is it. Now the hot part of the flame is not in yet, so we can take that next. All right. So being that did cover, I wonder if I can cover a pencil line here. It'd take a lot. It's the right color. Yeah, the pencil line's going away. Out here, pencil line's going away. It takes a lot because it's not a repair color. And then you have to dry it. I could erase that line before, but I didn't, so it got pinned under there. And here, I'm going to paint it right through because I'll put white in there to make it. And I'm going to bring it up in here a little that way too. So it's all from a distance a little bit, connecting the flames. I know that there's, as I said on my personal Facebook page, I'm aware that there's flame shields and everybody can do like, on the autos and spray all these wonderful fire, real fire and stuff. Um, Mike Lavelle, I think, yeah, he mastered that. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. Sad, all these people that are leaving. Okay, so I know you can use those shields and you can move along real quick because they're cut out to the shapes and you're making up your own flames. This is a specific fine art type thing that I'm making this flame. I'm not making my own little freehand ones, which come out wonderful, random, fast, candy colors, all that kind of stuff. That's not what this is. This is an illustration of this flame that is meant to be like the photograph, close to the photograph. So remember, my yellow kind of went away. The orange went away a little bit. Hope you can see it. I'm separating the lick of flame there, the little dude that goes up. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to get fire all in there. Put this on here. I don't have this here yet. Just going around the edge, trying to paint what I see in the photograph. And then this, I can kind of just fire in there and play with the brown around it to knock it away. It's pretty hot color, so I'm going to just put it in. Okay. And then this continues to come down. Oh, I got to kind of find this. There's the brown. And then there's going to be a little bit of the orange just continuing here. Doing it very carefully. I'm not pulling back on purpose. There, that's going to separate that one. And now it's starting to have a little look that it should have. There we go. Okay. Now, I've got to get the real, so we made it with that orange. That's good. I have to get the shield here for a minute. I have cutouts and things, but my freehand shields work really good with certain areas. They just fall in place. So let's see if I can get this to be, where do I want to spray here? I just was looking at, I could spray right here a little bit. I got to do this just right. Just going to dust in a little orange right there on the outside. I got to make sure I'm hitting that spot. I can barely see the, yeah, there it is. Barely see the actual line that's buried under there. Now, that's the log, and the log does have a glow on it, right where that line is. Whoops, too close. So I can put kind of a fiery color on the log, and then when I put my other color in there, I could just, I'll have my edge already established, and the dark will go on top of that orange. I'm just kind of finding areas right now. All right, so we have, I'm just going to dust a little orange in here just to drawing the shape. This will go brown on me, I have a ghost of brown in there. And then it goes into the orange. It just keeps going over and over, right up into the dark area, which is right there. So this orange will cover that yellow right there. But there's different values of it. Like, it's not, It's not just the brown and then the orange is kind of glowing and then it's not there and then it is there. There's a little orange going this way. That's going to be yellowish orange there. There's an orange in here that just comes right off. This is too much air. Right off of this one. All these different flames are dancing all around. Spraying half on the brown again. And this isn't the hotter orange that I'm going to put there. And then over here, where you see the fire in the log, it's lit. If it looks like it's plugged in, right? When you see these oranges, this isn't the same orange. It's close. That one's very close, but this one is even more, it's just more saturated, I think, and more, because it's been a while since I made the color. Let's see. So I'm just looking at this orange. This orange cuts in here, right here. So let's see, we've got a little orange right here. I see a little pencil line in there, but off camera, I can go in there and just knock it out. And I'm not going to do that right now. You saw enough of that. This needs a little more orange here to shorten that. And a little more dark pass with a feather stroke right here. There. Okay. So let's see what we got there. All right. This comes down. So now we can probably use, I'm going to use the big shield I have. And that's what it's called, my art tool. See if I can use it at least. I don't know. So what do I need? I need this shape. I need this curve right in here. It's going in and back out. So I need to come over here and protect that yellow. And by having a very big shield like this, I don't have to cut nothing out. I can just kind of make sure I'm in the right spot. Got to be careful here. The top is real critical right there, right at the top. The bottom is critical too, but not as much as the top. And now I'm going to just spray this yellow orange here, like that. And then down here where the little corner is, I'm going to bring that, whoops, it's fighting with me. It's getting stuck right there. And now I can just mist a little bit here at the bottom, just to catch up and find that shape. That's good. And now that I have a darker version of it, I can line this shield up better, and I can fire in a little stronger right in this area, just a little bit. And then it turns this way, so this one comes down and meets that one. So we'll go back to this one, and we will just kind of whisper off the shield a little bit of color, like that. It kind of disappears and reconnects, and that's the beauty of it, right? Now we're going to put some brighter. Now this is taking the same color and spraying it lights and darks, right? Okay. Then this one here is orangey, and this is going to be brown under it. So that'll work out. I can fire in more darker orange here now, because it's really going to be brown right under there. Right under that lighter spot. Okay, and I can just miss this. Some areas I'm going to cheat, like that color. Yeah, it is that color, so I'll just not have to cheat then. I thought I had another color in there. Okay, there's yellow there too. I got to put the yellow on top of that. But I'm not spraying 100%. I'm spraying only at the tip. Okay, so you can start to see things taking shape, mimicking. Imagine cleaning up the edge, right? And then the whole flame will be sharper, but still not stenciled looking. So we've got this, and I'm going to feather out this way now a little, just this way, just a little bit that way. And it's darker at the bottom of that color. There's more saturation, not saturation, but yeah, I guess it would be saturation. There we go. If I do it too much, which I did a little, I can knock that back a little. So that's in the base of that. And then it starts dancing right under here, right under this flame. My eyes bouncing back and forth. Even though I have a little bit of pencil line there, you can get lost very easily. Plus I have a box here with tape on it that's hitting my hand. So I might have to be very careful here. I have to be very careful here because it can make my hand go in the wrong direction. But that's how I don't have the magnetic background and all that, you know, the magnets. I'll just do this very delicately at this point. Just finding it. So now I'm starting to treat it like, you know, when you're doing a car and because it's established. So now I'm starting to just come in here and do these kind of things freehand like this. And then look at it and then say, okay, it's bouncing off that. So let's go out this way a little bit and then up, further away. Airbrush is pulled further away. And this will start hiding inside just little bits at a time to see. You still want to see all this, you know, shapes going on, but you want to at the same time have control of not going too far or something. Kind of like sketching, right? Sketching out. Whoops, got a little too um, close and blew a little shape there that I didn't want. That's going to be brown, so I can darken that. Okay, and now clean up the outer edge right here. If I hop over a little bit and ruin a little of that or this, I'll just go back in and touch it up. All right, then this kind of melts down here with a little orange, and then it will have a very strong brown right here. I'm just going to draw the shape right there. That's going to give me that area. And it's fuzzy. It's, you know, okay, it's not a hard edge. Again, right here, running out of the orange, I could feel that. Whoops, blew out into a dark, that's going to be dark right there, brown, so I'm not worried about that. A little more red in this orange over here. I'll just mix it into the color and spray it in. So I do a little cheating, I guess. You get a little tired of every little match. Okay, and then there's going to be orange over here. I will knock some of those pencil lines away with a kneaded eraser right there. I'll check the comments in a minute. I'm not paying attention to that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, see the yellow fixed that, and now I can just kind of mist over that a little bit, knock it back a bit, and then go over this line a little bit. So the yellow is hiding the pencil line because it's got white in it. That's a good thing. This is an intense yellow here that will show up. and then this gets covered with the reddish color. And then down in here, oh, I got to get rid of that. I got the word orange right there. Okay, let me check my comments. Let's see. You did. You got the big shield, Michael? That's cool. Are you going to airbrush today, Michael? Toby, Toby, Toby. It's nice to see you on here. So, I'm assuming that Dean came on when I just started. Maybe he's on the other side of the pond. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's late over there. Late enough. When you do 12 o'clock videos, noontime over here, then they can start to see stuff like that. Okay. So let's put the hotspot in here now. That would be, I have my reference notes on the side. So I have to see what number. This is number 4. This is not, I'll show you. I don't know if you could see here's number 5. This would be more starting to get in. Where's 5? Is right up in here. That's 5. There's the tab, little piece of paper. You can see it's very intense. If you brought that over here, it's not going to play into that area. It's subtle, it's subtle because this number 4 is, here's the difference. I think it's number 4, yeah. Or did I say 5? Yeah, this number 4, you can see the difference. Just look at it by my thumb there. You can see them. And it's not just spraying a little harder and a little lighter. It's actually a different mixture, which is the style that I'm doing, right? Okay. So it's kind of like I have it all laid out. And I'm just putting everything where it needs to be. So now I need to come back here with Mr. Big Shield. Because it has such a long curve, I can just use that and not have to worry about cutting out the stencils from, in this case, I got color photocopies done because I was able to see the things better. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so there's the original, before the video came on, I was using that to help me at least mist in, because you surely don't want that edge, but you do need a little guide, especially if you lose your drawing, right? You need some kind of thing. So you would pick this up, you would pick it up, register it in here. I should have had that together, taped together a little bit so it wouldn't be apart. And I think it's right around there. And line it up to the top, and everything should fall where it's supposed to. And then I was able to cut out and see the lines compared to the black and white. The black and white, just no matter what, was very hard to read. It's like you could see things, but it's like I'm not quite sure what line to cut out there. So I got the out further on the highlight of the line, but this shows me the color, and it would be beyond that little thin white highlight. It would be out here, way out here. So, all right, let's. So that's some of the shields that you can make that are, like this shield. I could cut that out, but I don't really have to in this area. It does get a little bumpy, but it's a dark color. I can come back in and make the bumps later. When I want to clean up a little edge, I could just take the aggressive eraser here, and because it's not underneath there actually is a little orange in there, but I'll just erase a little bit out on the underneath part because the fire is getting on the log there. Actually, I'm going to take it out. I don't know what orange or red that is. So I'll just bring it up, press hard, and it's fresh paint. Trying to erase it later, opaque paint. It's too resilient. It will not let you do that. Not the way you'd want to, right? As a transparent, you can have fun and do all that kind of stuff. Okay, so arrow. Thanks, JC. I'm glad you could see it on from your end. That's on top of it. And like I said, I'll pull away. I could step back 5 feet, get out of the chair, that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm happy with it. The one that I started on Facebook is right here. I don't know if I showed this today. Okay, so what I did on Facebook, let me move this so I don't see that scratch there. Well, this painting could scratch that painting right very easily. None of this has clear on it yet. Anyway, so I started this on Facebook, right? And you can see some damage there and different things. You could see the overspray and all. And I was giving up on it because on Facebook, they now make you use the portrait mode with my cell phone. So my camera has to go, in the portrait long way. And you see all this up here, all this stuff that you don't want to see. I like on YouTube, it doesn't recommend this particular mode, this landscape mode, but you guys can see the reference picture, you can see the painting, you can see whatever, I have a whole shelf here of different, the length is better than you seeing way up there. Why would you want to see that? And then I started to hit the phone. That's why a lot of the mistakes on this painting happened, because when you have it in portrait, I have an arm on my phone that has to come over to the right more, to this side more, and therefore I was hitting the phone with my hand like that, okay? And it was messing me up bad. And then I was also, when I wanted to do two hands, I had to bring the other hand around, take the airbrush in. So now my left arm is literally touching the wire for, you can see the phone moving. It's touching it. And then when I could probably unplug this now. Let me get that charger out of there. But I ended up doing this. So I was over here on the bigger painting. It happened on the big painting too. And I hit the phone. I was going like this and I hit the phone and the phone made me go into the yellow. So I am not enjoying you don't have an option anymore. It says it does not support the horizontal position. So I'm really not liking that, but on YouTube, it's allowing me. But anyway, I'm going to save this painting. At one point, it was so bad that I actually took the video down. But what happened was I have eyesight problems, right? So I was starting to forget hitting the phone. I missed because I'm working around the phone, but I missed my shot. I put it where I didn't want it because I'm working in front of this phone. But I also, I'm working with one eye legally blind, and my good eye is getting weaker. And I'm just mentioning that because, this is life. This is what happens. So for all you guys out there that have, perfect vision or near perfect vision, or you see really well after LASIK surgery or cataracts being removed, which mine is coming up, hopefully in the spring. The right eye of mine cannot be fixed. It's legally blind. It has a wrinkled retina. But unless you know anybody in the world of ophthalmologists that are now saying, yeah, they can fix that, because then I would be able to see great. So most of my career I worked with one eye, and I didn't really totally know it, because my good eye was so good, but now my good eye is getting messed up. So anyway, littler things like this would be fine for a sunset. This is a 5x7. So when I do a sunset, you're just spraying down your colors and you're bringing but these little details, I was having trouble. Even though I can do small things in here, it just was intimidating to me, and I messed up. And so I took it away, and that was, by the way, the whole picture. That was not just this section. The whole picture looks like, where is the picture? It's really cool. The whole photo is literally more of the log and other flames coming off the other side. That's what that painting is. So I will work on it, but not on a video. I'll just do it and show it on, show my work. But this picture ends right here. And that made it more, I could go larger, okay? So anyway, that just mentioning that, and we'll put that back there, and I'll focus on Let me think of what I want to do now. Probably should get the brown out. I do have some log colors. Matter of fact, this is almost a pink right here. It's like a pinkish glow of the gray area being so lit up, and the reflections of the flame and everything. It really kind of went pink. And so I can put that in, but let me do the hot color first. Just about out of that other orange, the number 4, whatever that was. So this is 5, and again, I'm going to look at because I got distracted here. I'm going to look at my reference on the side. What number 5 area is sprayed? And, oh, I need number 4, because 5 is up in here. So I've got, I got to stay close to the photograph. So now let me get 5 out. Let's see. There it is. It looks like, wow, wait a minute. That's number 15. That's over here. That's how different it is. It's that much more red. It has more red in it and what have you. So let me just see where I put my color. Oh, there it is. 5. No, that's 5. I need 4. Where did my 4 go? It's so organized, and then all of a sudden you're missing a color. Okay, time for a drink of wet my whistle. Bottled water. That was cold and now it's not. All right. Did it drop? Let me see if it hit the studio floor. No, didn't. All right, I'm going to put this painting up out of the way, the little under the water with the waves. I'm going to introduce the newbies that see this later to Steve Leahy. Got to talk up my artist friends. I won this painting, black and white. Steve Leahy is on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He does Monday Night Live at 6. He's on Instagram. He's got a lot of places. But anyway, he has a thing called 543 paintings. They're black and white. His work, these are knockout paintings compared to what he does. These take him about an hour, maybe longer, depends on the subject matter. But anyway, Steve, with the mat and everything, I won this just by signing on and making a recommendation for a 543 painting. And my name came up in the raffle, whatever it was, a raffle. And I chose this one because I really liked it. It's so tiny. I mean, this is only 4 by 3, right? There's 3, there's 4. And then the frame makes it look bigger. So anyway, I just thought, go over to Steve Leahy, actually, and check out his work. He does things the size of a razor blade, where he'll paint on a razor blade. Of course, it'll dull the blade. And then he paints some larger things, but he does a lot of cutting out stencils, and he's got really great color theory in his brain, and he just has beautiful techniques, and he paints with the paintbrush, and he hides the brush work with the airbrush. It's a great channel, and you'll love following him. Okay, so I'm gonna get that hot orange, aren't I? No, I'm not. One more time. Maybe it fell in the garbage. They're so light, like I said, that... All right, I'm going to use the number 15. I'm going to just spray it. It's here. I'm just going to spray it really, really lightly. And it's definitely, if I spray it real strong, it's definitely going to, not be the right. It'll be too strong. So I'm just going to, I know it's the same mixtures, but it's got probably more red in it. So I'm going to just go right here above that little, there's the round part of the shield. And I'm just going to fire in. I'm going to look one more time at the picture, the photo. And I'm going to just put that hotter color in right there. And that's it. A little bit more right in the bottom, like that little spot there. And I'm looking at the photo. And I could do it again. One more pass. There we go. There. I might have got a little bit more hotter, but it's a flame. Nobody's going to get mad. But I'm not going to miss this color over that. It's a whole nother yellow. All right, so this one actually is over here, this yellow, I mean orange, and it's very see-through. I'm going to spray it lighter than it really is. Pencil line. Okay. I need an eraser. And check the comments again. We're over an hour now. Okay. Oh, here we go. Come on, these things go away so fast. They fade. The comments go away. Live chat. Bill, I had one painting that I was doing. The print was going one way and the phone was showing it the other way. And I didn't realize it till it was too late. Oh, wow. So the print was going one way. I'm not quite following that, but whatever it was too late, though, that's for sure. But, okay. Yeah, you can see the yellow coming back in here. This yellow is meeting up with this. It's very see-through. But I was going to get the eraser to the edge. I could try the aggressive eraser. I mean, it's pointed. And just try to take that pencil line out. Crash into that area a little bit. There we go. As long as I do it smooth. The pencil line's gone. There. And this is going to be dark in here, so I can just kind of sculpt it out. I don't have to worry about the pencil line here because the wood is darker than the pencil line, the log color. So I don't have to worry about, oh, I got to erase it. Wherever you have dark areas, you can really get away with not having to do that. But you can only erase this transparent, this opaque paint during its early stages because Createx made that paint to do that. And that's good, but doesn't matter after a while when it's dry. It's going to really not allow you to do too much of anything. So I can leave those lines in because it's dark wood up here. This is dark. I've even done this before. Just to find areas, I would take a number 2 pencil like that had a little bit of darkness to it. And I said, where is that dark area? And I might go like this and just take the side of the pencil and just scumble in, whatever the word is, and just give myself a little bit of tone here. And then I would take a blending stump and I'll just kind of smear it, because you can erase this out like nothing, but it can help me say, well, this is the area right here that I need to remember that the orange is next to it. So it kind of just gives me a little guide, just my little way of trying to find things that, could show me that's this area. Okay, so we've got the hot fire in there. Probably to wrap up this video, it might be wise just for me to get that brown back in there a little bit, because it will help you guys see the picture looking closer to the real photo. Okay. So I need my brown. Brown is probably burnt umber. There's no white in it, I don't think at all. And it's got probably sepia in it. Might even have a drop of black. I'm not sure. What airbrush do I want to use? I'll use the Micron for this one. Okay, so we're going to tighten up all this area out there now. Okay, so it's nice to have the colors already. So before the video, like a couple of days before, because of so many mixtures, right? I didn't make 15 or 16 mixtures the same day. I made the ones I needed, like four of them, maybe 5. But then you get to a place where you're going to do a number of videos and you just start on a roll. You just start making more and more colors. And before you know it, you've got to find out how many colors are on there and just start making them and have some reference to help you know what you made and what you need still. Okay, so let's go over here. Then kind of freehand it. Turn that air down. Aim away from the yellow, right? I don't want to get too close to that right now. Going to be a number of coats, right? Especially with that area right there. Um, so we'll aim out this way. Get in closer. I'm not going to get super close with the phone in front of me. I don't want to go onto the flame. So you get the idea by me just nudging up to it a little bit like that. This one's getting buried. It's now a hot orange because the brown has orange in it, you know. Far away, probably been detailing them further away with this right now. This cuts in here like this, so I'm gonna just kind of pull back, yeah, like that. See, when you're doing a t-shirt and you're standing up in front of your t-shirt, even when you have small areas, like I did Captain Jack Sparrow on a t-shirt one time, and you got the little jewelry and little details, you're going in and out with that. But I have 60 pounds of air on a t-shirt because you're blowing into a material, and it's fun because you really can swing your arm like a machine and have a really good time, you know, putting that together with high air pressure. It fires it in. So it's getting a little tighter there. Let's go over here again. Second coat. Now I'm further away because I'm not near the yellow. I don't care if it goes on the orange a little. Now I'm going to aim the airbrush this way. So pull this out a little more. And free up my hands here and pull that away. Whoops. What happened? Disconnected for a second. Me trying to. This is touchy. Yeah. Okay. Or say the printed copy left. Okay. All right. I'll read that after, Michael. All right. So I'm not going to touch it. It's going to stay right where it is. All right. So this can get fuzzed on it. See. So I can kind of blur the edges of this flame. I got to see where it's hitting. And then work my way that way, aim out that way. Playing with lighting, with color, whether it's, you know, campfire painting or the flames here, but with other scenery in it, it's really cool because you're playing with lighting. Yeah, this has to be brought back, that orange. It's not showing up right, but I can't quite do that on here right now. I can dust on here a little bit of that flame there and knock that back into where it lives. So it's getting tighter. You can see it's starting to mimic the photograph and a lot tighter than it was before. Kind of ruining the edge of that where it was all cleaned up. Spraying the brown onto that orange area. I don't think these two are lined up right, so I'm going to take that flame out right there. Okay, so I'm going to take this little flame out because it's not lined up enough. And then with the correction work that I was doing, the correction color, I'll fix that. I'll put it back in. Same thing here. There's a nice thing there that is not there right now. I took it out. It just was too far over. Air dry it and put some air pressure on now. There we go. Take a little bit to knock it back. It's almost gone. Now, being very careful with this higher air pressure, I can kind of, get things on quicker in the areas that it won't hurt with the overspray. Okay. Okay. So I got to see what I'm working on. I got to look at this area. Nope, see the brown went right on there. It is on there actually, but I got to turn the air down. It goes on here, right in here. Not enough air now. Whoop, I turned it off. Right in there. That's good. That's good. It walks over that way. And then I can knock the edge away by just going over it and over it and over it. And then that's cool. A little bit of overspray on that. And just clean up that brown all out here. Yeah, I see a little bit on there. So it goes over really bad. It's almost like do the brown first. And that's what I did actually. But I'll be careful. I'm seeing the overspray. Catching it early. Boy, it can ruin things. Now that was called, I don't know if it was the tip dry or what, but it doesn't really go down. Actually, it does go down in there. I can make that work. Pump stroke. Good, that's better. All righty. Then, like I said, I'm going to mix this brown. It's not. This brown is here, so I'll put this in. And this will probably be where I'll call it as far as doing any more to it on here. Because I need other colors ready. So I got more higher air pressure here for a minute. And I'm going to just kind of sculpt this in. It's a triangle. It looks brownish, that's really dark up there, but second coating it. And if I feel it needs black over it a little, I'll mist some black on it. See how much darker it's getting? It's leaving, and it actually cuts through like it goes away right there. And these connect right there. Okay, so that's there. It might come down a little further. I'll just kind of tilt it a little more. There. Now you can see it's cutting around the flames and things are starting to clean up, you might say. So, aim out. Aim out. Okay, air dry. All right, so without dirtying up, this yellow got a little dirty. This one's good, it's still good. I'm not gonna go crazy. So you can see the rawness of this one, right? It's like not even fitting in with the picture yet. And you can see this coming up in, to looking like it should. Okay, at this point, there's a lot more stronger white in there, right here. You can see it. I'm just going to spray it in, right? And I could take this little piece off here because I just kind of wanted to see the cleaner look. Patty, how you doing? I'm coming to the end right now because I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. But basically, if you look at this video later at your leisure, you'll see where this was in a repair stage, and now it's in this stage. So I can put a little more of the orange on the edge where the brown's coming in. So let me do that. Now the HP Plus is being used. Make sure it's tested on a piece of paper. Okay, so we got this right here. Doing the edge. I'm spraying into the brown a little. And just going right up there like that. And it'll be back and forth with the with that color. And I can have a little orange over here. And I'll spray in the brown area and walk it onto the flame a little bit. There we go. Okay, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. This can be a little more intense right in here, and then the brown can go on top of it. So I'm pushing that yellow over a little more, getting a straight edge, and I will tweak that off camera. And this has orange in it right here. Further away, pull the airbrush back. It looks very saturated, at least on my cell phone, but maybe it needs to be air dried. But that's going to have brown on it anyway, so I'm just kind of finding areas. All these flames are going to be like kind of ghost flames. And this will be a brown that I did not make for this video. I don't have it. I can sculpt that in there like that a little. And then this is much more orange, so I can just kind of put that in and have it all kind of waiting. And the brown's going to go up more right to the edge. So I didn't go up to the edge yet. So there'll be brown in here where the flame kind of hops up. I got to refine where I'm at, you know, because like if you're working on it and you start losing your drawing, you know, I have to see, well, what's going on here? You know, oh, there's brown over here, but it's not in this picture. This picture this is cropped here a little bit. So I don't have to put that brown there, but I could find out, well, where is that brown? It's right there. And like I said, I could take the pencil, just so I don't keep wondering what is what here. I could just put a little shading here. This can be erased. It's just to help me with my eye. And then I could take, like I said, the blending stump, just to soften it a little. Push that back into the picture like it's like you were using color pencils or something. Now I know that's a mark of this very dark area. See? Now I know that. And I'll find my way through there. This is the hot flames. Look at how that busts right out of there. It's like lava pouring out. You know, it's really cool how I took the picture with a Nikon 5100, I think it is. I don't remember the number of the camera anymore, but I haven't been using it too much. But anyway, I was on the sports mode in the camera, and I might have had the zoom lens on, and I was back further, so I could pull in, pull out, and I got all these wonderful fire pictures just inside the chimenea, you know. So you really can't see the chimenea. I have one picture where it shows it. Anyway, there we go. That's good for now. This right here is going to be a darker area right in here. Just gives me a little marker of, again, working on where I'm at. So I'll be doing a Tuesday Facebook Live, starting to get into the log area and the hot spot, which is right here, very hot spot. So if anybody wants to watch it, it's on 7 o'clock on my Bill Sneggin, or no, it's William Sneggin. I've lost my original Facebook page. And it's a personal Facebook page at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'll be working on some of the log and stuff. And if there's not a lot done, I can bring it back to YouTube just because it's rinse and repeat after a while. I mean, if you're painting the log, it's only so much, and then there's different colors, but but it's cool to see once that log's placed in here, how that fire dances over it, and that's cool looking. So thanks for you know hanging out with me, and I'll see people on YouTube in the near future when I come up with my next project or an older project that needs to be worked on. And I'll see the other people on Facebook. That will be, again, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, so thanks a lot for hanging out. Take care, be safe. God bless you guys, and I'll see you soon. As soon as I see how to shut off this, let's see, how do you do this? I don't know. Maybe the X up in the corner? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah, that's what it doesn't say any words by it though. Okay, good night, guys.